welcome back. I'm Ashley, and in this video I'm going to talk about numbers and then also kind of give my thoughts on how you can make $1,000 a month in your small business. So let's get into the video. So I remember starting back my business in September of 2022. No, September 2021. I think. Yes. It was September 2021. And I was just so happy to make $100 at an event. And I may do 2 events a month, so about $200, and I thought I was doing big. And now kind of my goal is to kind of touch that $1,000 a month minimum every single month. And so I want to kind of give you some numbers to kind of give you some perspectives and maybe let you know why I may or may not have done that well. Kind of going back a year worth of numbers. So I've written them all on my dry erase boards. Let's get into it. So let's start with May 2024. I made $1,141.80. And it's currently May 29th right now. And so I feel comfortable with that number just because it's close to the end of the month and I don't have any more events planned in May. So that's the number for May. And I think the reason I made $1,000 this month was because of Mother's Day. I definitely think that Mother's Day helped. And I stuck to a good solid plan when it came to Amelia Day, and I think I also did actually I just did Amelia Day because I had planned to do another event that probably would have put me over the $2,000 mark, but that event got canceled. So literally that was just off of online sales and one vendor event. So I was really excited about that. In April 2024, I made $1,021.90. That came because I feel like it came because I did that huge event at Richmond Raceway that cost $700 to do. So I think that's why I did the $1,000 in April. Overall in the month of April. March 2024, I made $383.78. February 2024, I made $199.66. And in January, I made a whopping $0. Quarter one is never a good quarter for me because just getting back from Christmas, people are kind of just getting their tax money and they're just kind of recuperating from spending all that money in Christmas. So I was actually happy that I made some money in February and some money in March because I was really expecting to make $0 January, February, and March. December 2023, I made $1,079.75, and I definitely think I could have done more. But I feel like the reason I did well was because of Christmas and because I did a really good event that made $600 just at that event alone. So definitely did great. November 2023, I made $320.40. I could definitely have done better. I think that I was still trying to figure out my November events and did not have a solid plan for November. Of course, this year I have 2 solid events that should get me on that $1,000 mark. October 2023, $670.38. I don't think October is a really good season necessarily. I feel like November, people are really starting to shop for Christmas. And then December, they're definitely in shop mode. But October is kind of that interesting month, I feel like. But I do have some solid events for October that I think will help this year. when it comes to the $1,000 mark. September 2023, I made $1,461.40. And once again, what I felt like helped me with this is because there's no holiday, right? But I feel like what helped me was that I had some solid events planned and made $600 at those events. So that was super helpful. I'm looking at my calendar as well so I can kind of speak to some of this. August 2023, I made that $974.00. Close to the $1,000 mark, and I think what helped with that is that I did a $400 event that I won't be doing this year, but I think I made about $600 I know I made $400 there. But August is not necessarily a strong month for me. July typically is not a strong month. Going forward, it probably won't be, just because I'm not doing any events. So if my online sales don't carry me, I won't probably make anything in July of this year. But July of last year, 2023, I made $1,113.75. And I think that was due to me doing that huge event, or two, not two huge ones, but one huge one and one small one. The small one probably got me about $200, and then the larger one probably got me about $500 maybe dollars. And then I probably had, and now of course I was doing markets and stuff during the summer season of last year, so that kind of helped carry me too. June 2023, I made $754. I think this year I probably will make more than that. I'm expecting June of this year to kind of make, a few $1,000s to kind of compensate for probably a low July month and a low August month. And then May of 2023, I made $1,290. And I think that was due to just Mother's Day, me having that Amelia Day, and me having the crew homecoming that I missed this year because of the weather. But I definitely think May is my month, and I need to kind of look over all of these numbers and really hone in and figure out why I did well, how can I do that or better next year, which is this year. So that's why I love doing this number thing by looking at it. So let's kind of chat a little bit about June. So June, I have a 3-day event. I'm expecting, kind of recap, June 2023, I made $754. I'm projecting that this June, I'm definitely going to make my $1,000 minimum mark, but I'm also expecting to probably do at least $2,000. And that's just based off of this one event, but I will just be happy with $1,000 in June. But it is a 3-day event, a huge and popular event. September, so June is that, and then July and August I don't have any events planned. So I'm really hoping that my customers, my normal customers, the customers that typically order from me, do so during those months to kind of help me carry me over. September, huge month. Last September I made $1,461. I'm expecting to make a good $2,000 in September, because I have 2 strong events. That one last year I know made me about $600, and I'm projecting to make more at that event just because I'm in a better location. And then the other one is a new one. I'm replacing the event I did last year in September with this other one, the Heart of Virginia Festival. I'm expecting to do really well at that one as well, because it's in Farmville. And if you remember, early May, I did a Farmville event and did very well. Like, I think I made $400 at that one. So I'm definitely expecting this one to be a bigger turnout and to definitely hit that $1,000 mark just on that event. And then I'll do another $1,000 probably at the other event in September, which is why I'm getting the number about $2,000. October, I have a strong strong October that should definitely get that $1,000 mark, but I'm projecting about $2,000 or more. Last October 2023, I made $670.38. And I think I did not have a solid plan, like I said, but this October I have a wine festival that is a huge deal, huge deal. I'm grateful to have even gotten into it. That should be $1,000 event right there. I have the Lavender Farm that I am going to be doing in June. I'm also doing it in October, and that should be $1,000 event right there. And then I'm going to do a fall festival, possibly, which should at least give me about $500. And I'll tell you at the end how I kind of figure out these numbers. And sometimes it's just about patterns. Like if I've done that event before, projecting, to do about the same this year, or better, depending on advertisement, depending on the location. Like if I know, like for example, Chesterfest, which is a September event, I made $600. I was in a very bad location. I was at a dead end road, and people kind of didn't even want to go down that road to come see the vendors down there. They just kind of did like a little turn to go see the rest of the vendors. And so I know if I was on the main strip, that $600 would have probably been over $1,000 I would have made. So just kind of doing it that way. November, I have 3 solid events again. And I think that that's important to me. I don't stress. People ask me all the time, do you do events in June, July, and August? And I say, last year, yes, but this year, no. And they say, well, how are you going to survive? Well, one, this is my part-time job that I love. It's my baby. But also, I try to take advantage of those months that I just told you about. So in May, I make sure I do those 3 events. In June, I make sure I do that 3-day event. That should carry me July and August. Those numbers should carry me July and August. September, 2 strong events. October, 3 strong events. November, 3 strong events. December, 2 strong events. So that January and February and March don't even faze me if I don't make $0, because I have made a few $1,000s on just those 3 months, September, October, November, and December, to where it compensates for me not making the $1,000 in January, February, and March. So my goal is to always just make about $12,000 a year on my small business. I'm hoping to meet that projection. I almost made it last year. I think last year I made about $9,700, so super close. And this year I know I have a solid plan, and I'm confident in it. So let me tell you the number so far that I've made this year. And I get all my numbers from Shopify, in case you wanted to know. And that is because I input everything to Shopify, so I can run a different analysis and stuff like that to figure out all these numbers. So far, year to date, which isn't really looking too good, honestly, I have made so far $2,747.14. So we're already kind of behind in those numbers, because technically I should be at about $3,000, just because I'm not expecting to make anything January, February, and March, even though I did. But May, or April and May, definitely should get me at that $3,000 mark. So I'm a few $100s short of where I would like to be, to where I can then feel confident about the rest of the year. Okay, you guys, so I just looked at the numbers, and I think if I stay with my projections, that I'm thinking June making $2,500 just in that 1 month. Between October and September and October, making about $4,500, and between November and December making $4,000. That's just off of vendor events. That's not including if somebody decides to purchase something off of the website. I should be a little bit over my goal of $12,000 this year just in my small business. And that's great. That's wonderful. That's extra money that I have. So I'm super excited about that. So if you want to know what you could do to try to help improve your sales and get to that $1,000 every single month, I would say really come up with a strategic plan. Map out the events that you want to do and set yourself a goal for that event. Like if you're doing an event, maybe if you're doing 2 events a month, then set the goal to do $500 per event. If you're doing 4, set the goal for $250 a month. $250 per event. I would also try out events. I think the reason I have not mastered it, but somewhat mastered it, is because I've done some of these before and I figured out what works and what doesn't work for my brand. So the soap brand may work differently for a jewelry maker brand. Also, Southern Virginia may work differently than Texas or New York. So I think also trying it out kind of gives you an idea more than anything, because what works for my brand may not work for yours. What works for Southern Virginia may not work for northern North Carolina or New York. And then also figuring out how to maximize on the seasons in which you do the best. I don't know many brands that don't do well during Christmas. So for me, it's May, it's September, it's October, it's November, and it's December. Those are the months that really highlight for me. And sometimes June as well. So I have quite a few months to really maximize my time and effort. Also, not just depending on vendor events, but also increasing your online sales organically. So by posting on social media, TikTok, Instagram, filming reels and shorts and all this other stuff to kind of get people thinking about your brand. I hope you guys learned something from this video on how I have been able to make $1,000 most months and how I plan to make $1,000 every month going forward. Thank you guys so much for supporting my videos. I greatly appreciate it. My whole goal for this YouTube channel is just to kind of spread awareness as far as mental health, my brand, my business, a day in the life of me being a mental health clinician in my full-time job, giving you the realness of everything involved, showing you glimpses of how I practice mental health and self-care in my own personal life. And I think you guys like it because I've been seeing the numbers constantly increasing on my videos. I've said this before, but I remember starting my YouTube channel December of 2023 and or 2022. I started probably about 4 months after I started my business, and I remember only having like a view or 2 here and there, or some of them had 0 views, and now I have over 130 views on some of these videos. So I'm greatly appreciate it. And I started my business September 2022. Going on 2 solid years in this September. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. Please subscribe. I know I have over 150 views on some of my videos that I recently posted. So please make sure that you are subscribing. I would love 150 subscribers this year. That would be amazing. But if you also have any ideas for videos that you want to see me do, please let me know. I would love to do them. I'm currently trying to figure out different video topics to do, as it's been an entire month since I've done an event, or it will be an entire month of me not doing an event until the next event. So I'm using this time wisely by figuring out different video topics I think you guys would like, editing and uploading them. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.